Hello there, everyone. In this video, I'll be going through an introduction of our week 10 assignment. This week we only have one assignment that we have to worry about. And yeah, it says create an HTML document which contains two text fields, a button, and a div. The first text field should be labeled temperature and the second wind speed. The button should have the text wind chill written on it. Write two functions with these headers, do input output wind chill. The first function will get a temperature from the first text field, get a wind speed from the second. Call the second function, store the value returned from the second function in a variable, and output that value. Okay. And then the second function will do all the math. All right. In other words, second function must not gather any input from the user and not output anything for the user to see. And there's our function. All right. So let's do this. We've been doing functions the entire semester. Every assignment you've done has had a function in them ever since Robbie the Robot. But this will be our first one where we actually use parameters. Okay. So I'm going to copy my template here and paste it. And this is going to be week 10, assignment 1. All right. In here, I'm going to copy both of these function headers, and I'm just going to paste them right here. I'm going to hit Control-Shift-L to make a cursor on each line and add some brackets there. All right. So it didn't say anything about a defining table, but we are going to make a defining table. Okay. So first things first, this is no longer a template program. This is a wind chill program. All right, so defining table, our input, it said two text fields. We need temperature and wind speed. Temperature, wind speed. Okay. Our output is going to be wind chill. And then our processing, let's split this out by function. So our do input output function will get the inputs, call wind chill, using the inputs as parameters. Okay. The user values, let's say that as parameters. That will assign, or let's say wind chill. We'll just copy this in here for now. Return that. And this return value will allow us to assign a value to whatever to this. Okay, so when we call this, we can create variable and assign it return value from wind chill. Okay, and then wind chill will just do some math for us. That's it. Okay, and then we'll output our wind chill value. Okay, so there's my defining table. All of our defining tables are going to look super different. All right, so do input output will not have any parameters. All right, this was pretty specific in here. So the first text field should be labeled temperature. So let's do that. Temperature. I'm going to put a colon there. All right, and we can just call this temperature. Okay, and we're going to add a break. We'll add two breaks to make a nice big space there. Second one will be labeled wind speed. Okay. Two more breaks, we'll take those off. Let's run this to make sure that it looks okay up to this point. We don't have any crazy errors that we didn't see. No errors in the console, that's nice. First template program, that's not nice. So let's say wind chill calculator. All right, that looks a little better. We have our temperature, wind speed, run function, temp paragraph, we don't need that. This one will say calculate. Well, actually, I think it told us what to say, didn't it? Okay, it didn't say what the button needs to say on it. Okay, so we'll just say calculate wind chill. Okay, if we come back over here, here's what we're looking at now. And yeah, template function doesn't exist. We're going to call do input output from here. And in here, notice that this said get the inputs. Okay, so this is where we're going to do our document dot get element by ID dot value. Okay, so this is where both of these are going to be, and then we know we're going to have a call to wind chill. And we're going to need those inputs. So we had temperature and wind speed, and these variables aren't named yet. We're going to name these variables right here when we get them from the user. Then we'll call the wind chill function, and then we can assign that to a variable. Var temp equals, and then assign that, and then display to page. Okay. And then wind chill, we're just going to do this math, and we'll do that in here. Okay. And this math you can split up as much as you want, but we've done a fair bit of math in here. Just remember the order of operations, and you can't just throw numbers together with variables. You have to explicitly put a multiplication symbol there. And because of that, you're going to have to throw in some parentheses and stuff where you need that stuff as where you need those items as well. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. And with that said, I think I'm going to stop there. And if you have any further questions, just let me know.